Revolution is a closed loop. This is a term I coined, I think. Never heard anybody else put it that way. What does it mean? Revolution is a closed loop. Well, what is a revolution? We all want a revolution, right? Everybody's on this revolution bandwagon, and it seems like a really good idea, right? We want change, so we want a revolution. But what is a revolution? A revolution, think about it. It revolves around, right? Revolution is once around and back to where it began. Every revolution starts here and goes back around. That's a revolution. That's a physical revolution. And but we're not talking about that kind of revolution, right? We're talking about affecting change. Well, it's the same thing. Choose your terms wisely. Think about what things mean. Language is energy. Written words are a form of technology. Our consciousness is contained within the forms we exist in and how we engage. This bit of mystery is, you've heard of mystery schools where they teach you things that the ancients taught. Only a few who could handle it, who were ready for it, who they could trust. What things actually mean? Well, within language, the technology of language contains everything that we share with one another and how this world functions. There's a great control grid, and we can use it to our own advantage, and it can be used against us. Terms like revolution do mean exactly what they mean. Revolve, once around, and back again. Is that what we want? Is that what we're trying to achieve with the idea of a revolution? Really think hard about that. Do we want to go once around the park and back again to where we started? That's not what we're trying to achieve. That's not what our idea of a revolution is. We don't want to go back to the start. We want to change. Now, people keep, I get the impression anyway, that people think the revolution is going to spin us around and then shoot off somewhere else. That's not what a revolution is, okay? So I say revolution is a closed loop because it will not spin you off and take you out into some other paradigm. It will take you back around. Now, in the world of consciousness, the revolution is more of a spiral. Okay, it spirals up, so it feels like we've gone someplace new, but it does is it takes us around, and we're slightly above where we started, so it feels elevated, and it is elevated, but it's a direct mirror of where we began when we started the revolution. You see? It takes us around, and we have a new perspective of where we began, but it's where we started, when what we want to do is go someplace else. Now, in the consciousness revolution and the awakening community, and those of us who are dedicated to change and expanding our awareness, I don't think we want to stay within the loop. we want to go someplace else. Now we are, but we can be trapped by our own terminology and our own bad habits, things we've become addicted to. There are a lot of addictions here on this earth, in this realm, this paradigm that we've been so much a part of. It means everything to us. It's what we know. And we get stuck because what's familiar feels right to us. Even though we want change, we're still stuck within the familiar. And the idea of revolution has been so ingrained that we're stuck on that word. And we're still fighting for revolution. Look, don't stay within the closed loop. We want to get out of it. So what I suggest is that you alter the term. Don't use revolution anymore. We all got to stop saying revolution. We want a revolution. We want an evolution. We want a shift.
Yes.
We want to shift out of here, right? We're going to shift out of here. But as we communicate with one another and attempt to bring new ideas and enlighten those around us, we got to choose our terms wisely. We want to shift. We want to shift. We want a new paradigm. We want to affect change, not within the loop, but to move beyond it, to move outside of it, to go to a higher level in the spiral, but have it push us out and go someplace else. We're done with this control grid. So I believe the term revolution has been placed upon us deliberately and without our thought leaders even thinking about it. Or they could be a part of it. Yeah, there's a lot of deception. And the term revolution has been misused and deliberately ingrained within the awakening human. So get outside the loop. Please get outside the loop. Let's revolve out of here and not in here. We're getting there. I just thought that somebody should say it. Revolution is a closed loop. Let's do that.